Everyone, thank you for being here. Our second meeting of today, at the day 2 of Being Italy at Home with LLS. We have Silvia Imparato from Montevetrano and Gaia. Silvia will explain the wine during the presentation, then we will collect the question as normal as we did yesterday and early today. So I will collect the questions that are coming through the chat or to the chat, and I will ask them. So Silvia, please, you can go ahead. Thank you.
So Montevetrano is our estate, and the winery is here. And on 1665 acres about, only 16 are of vineyard. We produce Montevetrano here in the south of Italy, 16 kilometers from Salerno, and in an area that is between the Greek one, Paestum, and the Roman one, Pompeii. In front of us, we have Capri, and we have Amalfi Coast in half an hour. This to say that we are in a very special area, I think, and our property is like a circle. So we have not a circle, but a circle round. We have the sea on 5 kilometers from us, and little hills. The maximum is 100 kilometers. We have vineyard all around them, and we make Montevetrano, that is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Aglianico, Merlot. Aglianico 30%, Cabernet 50%, and Merlot 20%. Okay. So we live here together. As for this coronavirus, we have to stay at home. And so it's very particular that I am with Gaia, my daughter, but I'm very happy because she is the one who has designed the new labels of Core. I'll show you after. So I would like to, as you said, to share a tasting, as we could stay in Verona, in Vinitaly, but we are, you there, and we are here. Okay, so I propose Montevetrano 2017, that is the one that we sell at the moment. Not for you, I think that you are 1 year later.
Yes, correct, we had 16.
Okay, so Montevetrano 2017, I have so many glasses, I'll choose one. Usually Montevetrano is medium to full bodied wine. And as in at this moment, Montevetrano has beautiful flavors of aromas of blackberry, roseberry, all things, all fruits that we really have. So it gives me a particular emotion. The color is velvet, but not deep. It's light velvet. It remembers me the prunes that we still have. It is really fantastic, I think, because Montevetrano was Montevetrano 2007 is the balance of a special season. 2007 was a dry year, and it is incredible how this wine is so balanced in acidity and in flavors that I can really imagine a long balanced development. But now, at the moment, when I offer this wine, they say you should really taste it to believe what it is. So I'm very proud to present you Montevetrano 2017. After that, you have to know that 17 is my lucky number. And today we have 317. So we have after with Core. But now we have 117 in Montevetrano. And then in Montevetrano, I would like to propose you that is really fantastic in this moment. And Montevetrano is a wine that evolves in the year. So sometimes it's a little bit closed and I like to leave it and then to taste it again after. And I've done it different times with 2 or 14 because, as you well know, many people had thought that 2 or 14 was not a good year, good vintage. It was not true at all because it was like that, but in the north of Italy, not at all in the south. I have drank lately a Sicilian wine that was incredible. To me, the best one I've ever tasted in those wines. So it's not a surprise for me that 14 is so good, but now is really something that I want to share with you. We don't have, sorry? Oh, my daughter is very brava. So I want to, to see the color of 214 is different, it's deep purple. Yes, elegance, freshness, and strength in the same time. Viva 2014. I really think that Montevetrano is incredible in the years because it goes to live and to develop. And as people sometimes live, sometimes open, sometimes is happy, sometimes is not happy. He doesn't want to open with you. And this is, I never accustomed to this way of the realities of the story of wines. Okay, after that, I want to share with you Core, because we have only made Montevetrano, of course, with Riccardo Cotarella, for 25 years almost. And it was much time that I was saying I would have liked to do something different. I would have liked to have a pure Aglianico, to have something absolutely Campania, white Campania like Fiano and Greco. I am passionate in wine, so I'm proud, and you can understand the passion I have for Montevetrano and what we do. But in reality, I'm really passionate for wine, for the possibility that wine has to be something magnificent, for gorgeous, and the mind too. All it's so incredible, the importance of wine in my life. That's why with Riccardo, it was many years that we were looking to make an Aglianico in Purezza, but the experience of these years, where we have put more Aglianico in Montevetrano, that is fantastico, because at the beginning we had only 10% of Aglianico in Montevetrano, for the simple reason that we didn't have more, because there was a blend of different plants, Piedirosso and so on. Then in the years, in these 20 years, we have put new vineyard of Aglianico, the one that we have in Montevetrano. That's why now Montevetrano is 30% Aglianico. But as it is fantastic in this way, it couldn't be a cru because of the area. So we were searching a place where old plants that were dedicated, an area dedicated to Aglianico, could give us the possibility to make an Aglianico in purity and high class. And I think we arrived, but we never stop. But you know, you are in wine, so you know that if you're passionate your passion never stops, goes on and goes on. And so I wanted now to propose a white core. Why we named them core? For a reason of heart, because the name core is cuore, heart, but in a dialect, core. And here, this area, people say core mio, that means I love you, and you can tell it to your child, to your lover. As
I'm very familiar with that because I was born in Secondigliano, Napoli. So
capirai.
Campania,
Certo. So, core mio.
è normale.
Certo, certamente. And so this name core, and after that, I love this word that is round, oh, core. And you know the meaning here that he has in English. So it's an important name. But different from Montevetrano, what I mean is that we wanted to demonstrate that you can make high quality wine in different ways. The importance is your philosophy. The philosophy is a first quality class I can offer to my customers. And so what we realized with Core Rosso is Aglianico. What we realized with Core Bianco, where is it? Is Fiano and Greco together. And why? Because the elegance of Fiano and in a certain sense, the authority of Greco together, we think are really something very, very special. And as you know, when you are a producer, it is only, it's not only a sentiment, it's not only a thinking, but it is the market that says if you're right or not. And we are really delighted from what is happening with the line of Core. With Core Bianco too, we decided that we had to look for Fiano and Greco in a different area, volcanic and with tough, tufo, and that could arrive to give us the results we have with Core. So I know I've made a little bit of confusion, but my emotion is my richness. So wrong, but fresh.
No, you're fine.
So,
You're perfect.
what I can do, we will taste the Core Bianco or Core Rosso. What you like before? Bianco. So, Core Bianco. Core Bianco 2017. As I told you, 17 is my lucky number. And this is the second in this tasting. And I have to make a special brindisi with Gaia, because as I told you, Gaia has designed the bottles and the labels, but in this situation, there is a special new. The new is that we have changed the bottle of Core Rosso.
Yeah, we just we wanted to be the Core Rosso consistent to Core Bianco. So we changed it with the Burgundy bottle also we replaced the bottle with the Burgundy one also for Core Rosso, to make them consistent and to define better the line of Core compared to Montevetrano, so that we have two different lines now. And also because the two Core are made by typical grapes, and it's only one grape and not a blend of grapes like as Montevetrano is. So with Core 2016 for the US markets, and for the rest of the world with Core 2017, we have the different bottle and different label. And on the label, we wanted to make this wine more appealing, maybe also for a younger target, for a younger public. And so we increase a lot. I don't know if you can see, but we increase the shape, the Core, and we increase also the name so that it's more legible, but maybe also more maybe easier and more direct as approach.
Yeah, it's more eye catch. Yeah,
yes, that's what we wanted. So I designed the label, but actually it's 6 months that I joined the company also. So I'm trying to work also with my mother, apart the labels. That's
And
okay.
apart that we are together today, but for other reasons, as you well know.
Yeah. Well, I already see some comments, and people love the new bottle for the Core Rosso. So great job.
You're very
And I
happy.
agree with you. It makes perfect sense to to make both align with the same, the idea of a different line, the indigenous grapes of Campania, more modern approach. So well done, beautiful.
Okay, so we taste Core Bianco. And Core Bianco, come posso dire? Has a smell of honey, of almonds, and mineral in the same time. È meraviglioso, and Monica Larner has loved it very much and written very beautiful things about. And I'm very, very happy of this because, it's not only because they're famous people, but because they recognize our good product. And so we are really offering our customers something that's not only art, is also quality and care to give the best. And I think that with Core Bianco, we have really done a very, very special. What I wanted also to say that we use to drink Core Bianco with different things like you perfectly know that we use much ricotta. So pizza rustica and pasta, white pasta or cheese and so many different things, and chicken too. It's perfect with this wine. Core Rosso. You don't have 2017. That's why there was another 17 that you don't have, but I hope you will. And we will taste what you have. Core Rosso 2016. The bottle is the old one. It's not. You're not lucky as you are, because we have begun with 17 with the new bottle. So we have Core. Core is cherry licorice.
We
don't see you. You're still there?
We missed.
We missed
something. You. Ecco, ok. Hello?
Mi vedi? Io vi vedo.
Ah, okay. Okay, now yes.
Okay. So as I was saying, it is licorice. I feel licorice. Do you?
Io non ho il, se non mi passa.
Big sense of licorice, but also grilled herbs. A touch of grilled herbs and freshness in the same time. Strong in the mouth. Deep. You agree?
Lo senti molto earthy anche.
Earthy. Mm-hmm. Yes. Much more than 17.
Yeah.
What can I say? That I like it? I think you understand that I like it. And otherwise, I have to tell you that I couldn't put on the market something that I don't like. Couldn't.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
So
we had a few questions, and I would like you to ask the question. First, that's my question. You mentioned several times that 2017 is your lucky number. 17 is your lucky number. Why? I'm curious now.
For many different reasons. My first love First, it is many years ago. Began on the day 17.
Okay.
But many different belle cose arrive on 17.
Okay.
And that's why when there is something that is 17, I smile and I wait for bellissime cose. And you well know that if you have good energy, you are open, it's very possible that good things arrive. So I don't know what it is, but 17, and this year, that is, as we all know, a very difficult moment. I say that with 3 different 17, it will have a good resolution.
Good. I like that. I like the approach.
Not only for us, for
I
all.
like the approach. We had some question about some people, they joined the chat a little bit later. They're asking about if you can remind where the grapes of the Bianco are planted, since you were talking about a more volcanic soil, and how the Core Bianco is made. If the grapes are fermented together, if it is malolactic.
No, they're not made together.
They have different separated fermentation.
And what about these oak malolactic lees aging with the skin?
But about which one?
Core
About
Bianco.
Core Bianco.
Core Bianco is still. Only
And
still.
And there is any aging on the lees, sulle bucce?
It's aging on the leaves, yes.
For how long? Quanto?
Io credo 4 mesi, 4 months.
Okay, perfect. Another question that we had was kind of going to the, by the way, I had a question that came out about the bottling.
Excuse me. On the leaves, 7, 8 months, not
Okay,
4.
7, 8.
Okay, 7, 8, yes.
And then the refinement on bottles is for 4 months.
Okay.
They stay in bottle for 4 months later. Okay.
Thank you. One of the questions that we had during the presentation was about the bottling of the Core, but you explained why you change with a burgundy bottle. So thank you, that was clear. Another question we had in the beginning was, as you know, some of the people in the company joined the company just a couple of years ago. So they were asking if you can tell us how did you met Riccardo Cotorella and in what circumstance, how they happened?
In a very lucky moment of my life. It was on not 17, but anyway, it was a very lucky period. I was photographer, I was living in Rome, and I had a group of friends with whom we were used to go to Renzo Cottarella in Tuscany. Renzo was the director of Castello della Sala, and he's the brother of Riccardo, very well known. And we went there in friendship, and I never forget that period. And when I decided that I was really interested to make wine here in Montevetrano, he told me that he couldn't work with me because he was only working for Piero Antinori. And so he presented me in a very special lunch at their house, Montevetrano, with all the family. He presented me Riccardo. And Riccardo was very, very kind, as he is, but I understood that I was changing my life. So just for laugh, I told him, listen, you're very kind, but if I have to change my life, or we make the best wine in the world, otherwise, no problem. And they always remember me this, and they call me the Principessa because they told me that I've never been a simple person. I don't know if it is true or not, but anyway, it was a good idea to ask to do the best. And I think that now Riccardo is a star and makes great wine and all over the world. But I think that Montevetrano is a very, very special wine.
Well, it's a great wine I love, and actually, I do have a vertical of Montevetrano that I love to taste once in a while. So it's a great wine. Oh, a question that I was curious. So if you had to explain to a consumer is the first time, you know, drinking your wine or experiencing your wine, how you will explain the difference between the Core and the Montevetrano? Like, what you will say, how those two wines will, obviously one it's bigger, fuller, but how you will explain them the difference of those two wines?
No, it's very easy for me because Montevetrano is really the expression of our life. I mean, the vineyard that have grapes only for and of Montevetrano. The care we have for every plant, the care we have for every situation in the vineyard and in the office with the customer and so on. And with Core, we wanted to demonstrate that we could have the same attitude, but having grapes that were not coming from our property. But it was very easy because our winemaker is always Riccardo. And as you know, Riccardo is very careful on what he does. And so I was very lucky. And it is very interesting for me in a moment where no words, if the market buys your product, it is a good one. Otherwise, it's not, it's your dream. And the market tell us that the two situations, Core, with a different price, of course, because we buy the grapes, and Montevetrano, where we care from the beginning to the glass. So two different ways, but two very, very good wines. I really have to maintain what I would like to say, because I know that passion is a special energy, but passion for so many years is not something that you invent with yourself.
I agree. I totally agree. Well, we are done with the questions. Thank you so much, Silvia and Gaia. Great job again. Great job on the packaging and the new label bottling. They look amazing. I love the part really. And thank you again for connecting with us today, to have the opportunity to present and show your wines to a group of people here from Weinberg, from LLS. Un bacione, and I hope to see you soon in person.
And I hope so too, but I have to say you hello from all Montevetrano. That is us, but Patrizia, that you're very important people in Montevetrano.
Yes, right. I was in
and Monica and Vinny, that is in the vineyard today. We are still working, and we all say hello to you.
Thank you so much. Grazie, ciao.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Ciao.